Better? Okay. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. So here we are at April 1st, 2022, and we got the loop going there, and we'll let it run a few times to see if you guys can spot it first before I start pointing it out. Okay, we're talking about the CME, and it picks up already in progress. This loop picks up right here at the very beginning. Is this event is already halfway emerged. So we'll freeze frame on that, and then we'll zoom in on some stuff there. Bear with me just 1 second here. All right. Now let's bring it back. Okay. Bring it here and zoom it in. I think you can see we have our object right here. Here's what appears to be its magnetic field or a bigger object back behind it. But here it is, stretching material out from the sun as it goes past. And there's another object hiding in here too. Let me find that frame real quick. I think it's right before this one. Yeah. So now it appears that there's some kind of object right in here too. It's partially covered with plasma, the CME material, but there appears to be some kind of object, and it has angled corners on it. I don't know if this is gonna mount. That's as far as it'll zoom in, but you can come over to this site and look at this frame too. But there appears to be a little object hiding in here, as well as this one back behind it, and this big magnetic field bubble or whatever this is, another object possibly back behind it. And then let's zoom back out. Okay, let's put that back into motion. Whoops, reverse it. And there you can see it comes out right here and moves out of frame. Okay, so that was the first. That was today. Now let's back up and go to yesterday's, because yesterday we had another pretty good event here. I don't know if you can see it yet, but right here, there we go. Okay, let me pause it right about here. Alright, let's scoot this over just a tad bit more so I can use my tool here. We'll scoot this camera. Oh, that's about good right here. Okay, let me just get one more previous frame here. Back up. Okay, hidden in this round bubble right here is a round object here in the center. And as we go right about there, there's a good shot. Here, we'll pull it up over here. Okay, you can see there's a round object right here inside this bigger magnetic field, or another object back behind it, whichever it is. But you can see our round object right here. There appears to be something over here that's causing, up here maybe causing this portion of the CME as well. Yeah, it looks like the camera's picking that up. Okay, so this one is the big X flare that's heading towards Earth. Now, we've already had 3 previous solar flares that were all Earth directed, and now we're having an X flare that's Earth directed. Now, this is a glancing blow. It's not headed straight at us, but it's headed in our vicinity, and this object, I feel, is headed in our vicinity as well, possibly traveling south of our planet to the southern hemisphere. But there you can see we've captured this object again. And then, let's see, let's go back. Wait, let's finish letting this one play out, because that was a big one. And there's something else going on in this here. I want you to watch right in this zone right here. See this little black thing move down? Did you see that? Now, let's pause it here real quick. Okay, you see this weird shaped, this curved looking arm of this CME coming out? Something caused this to curve, and it was that motion that we saw just a moment before. So we're going to back up now to this event. Now it's this object right here. It started off a little higher and it bounced down to its locked position, and it's going backwards, it's going back up. Okay, so we're no longer focusing on this. I want you to watch over here as this thing comes out and drops down. It goes boom right here. Back it up. Go forward. It comes down and then stops right there, and as it emerges you can see there's some kind of UFO shaped object or craft or something there. Here, we'll freeze right there. And this is the object that came out up here and slammed down and caused this to bend, and that's what caused this weird shape in the CME. So this little diamond shaped object right here is what came out at a higher position and slammed down. So we'll back out a little bit here to where I can bring it over just a little. Here we go. So we're going to back up a little bit as that goes back up in there. And then we'll go forward as it comes out and slams down. And then you can see this diamond shape right here. Watch as it moves out. Let's back up real quick to right there. Here's the leading edge of it. It's this diamond shaped object right here. It looks just like a UFO shaped craft right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that back into motion and speed it up just a little bit so you can catch the motion a little bit better. And let's go just a little bit faster, and then I'll zoom in for you right here. Now you can see this thing come out and slam down. You can see it slam down and then move out. Maybe that's a little too fast for the camera, so let me slow it down just a tad bit more. Okay, there we go. So not only are we having another object come out and emerge down here, we have another object slamming down, what appears to be a craft, but whatever it is, it's causing this bent arc shape in the CME. Okay, so that was the 31st. Now let's back up another day. Let's go to March 30th to right here. Let this loop play. Here you can see March 30th, 2022. We got the loop running, and there's a huge halo CME. That one was headed away from Earth. Luckily, we got lucky. That one was headed away from Earth, but this secondary one here on the side, that one's headed towards Earth still. And this was on the 30th, so this one would be hitting probably the 1st to the 2nd, right around there. And then that other X flare should be hitting, they said 1st to the 2nd, but I think it might hit just a little bit later, maybe on the 3rd. So we'll go into this one here real quick. There's not much you can see in there, but let me pause it right here. Back it up a little bit. Alright, here's the opening frame. It's already in progress. Most of it's moved out. There seems to be some kind of round curvature object right in that vicinity. Let me blow it up for you. Just something going on in this area. There's something in that area. Can't really make it out too solid, but as we go through the next frames, there appears to be something hiding in here too. So this angle didn't pick it up too well, but stereo A did, and we're going to put this one, into motion. And it's going to be the secondary event over here on the side. Let me blow this up for you. Okay, so I'm going to pause it here on the second one. Alright, back it up. Alright, this was the first one going off the back side. We're looking at the side of the sun from stereo A here. So that was that first big one that went off the back side. And then as we progress, here's the X1. This is the X-class flare that's heading towards Earth that left the sun on March 30th. And in there is this little object right here, but it shows up better on this side, so I'm going to blow up this side for you. Whoopsie. Alright, now you can see it better. Here's our object right here. And let's see, maybe if I can go. Alright, so I backed up a frame. It starts off right in this vicinity right here. Let me pull back just a little bit so I can access the tool. There we go. So starting right here, there it is. Here it is again. You can make it out. Whoops, maybe not. Let's pull this down a little bit. Let me back this up because I don't think you guys got to see it too well. There, it's starting to show up. So we're starting off with this little dark dot right there. You can see it's moved out to right here now. Right there. And you can see it move out as well. Okay, so let me pull this back down, put it into motion. I'll let you guys watch that for a second. So this is back on the 30th. So we've had 3 more CMEs, all with an object captured inside the CME. We've got CMEs that are Earth-facing again, this time in X-class. So the frequency and the power of these things are stepping up, and they're aiming in our direction. So when this next X-class one hits the planet, I just say hold on tight. You know, we're going to have more crazy weather, more earthquakes. I've heard that we got 52 volcanoes active right now, with 2 more about to come online. So unprecedented volcanism. We had a 7.0 over in New Caledonia, so the earthquakes are picking up too. And it's all because of this activity on the sun. All because these objects, whatever they are interacting with the sun, causing CMEs that are affecting our planet, affecting our weather, and when these things pass by, they affect the tides sometimes too. I have a feeling that some of these tidal retreats that we're seeing are the gravitational effects of one of these things passing by our planet. Just like our moon affects the tides, these things could probably affect our tides too. If they came within, a certain proximity of the planet when they pass by, they could tug on the planet and pull water to one side, making it retreat on the other. So these things are responsible for a lot of chaos that's going on our planet. A lot of these sinkholes that we're having, that's, part of this as well. The Earth and its crust is shifting and settling, and when it settles sometimes, everything falls into an empty pocket, leaving a sinkhole at the surface. So it's all because of these things right here. All of our weather activity, all this intense tornado activity that we're getting, all because of these objects, and they're interacting with the sun. And each time they go by, they strip more and more and more material off the sun. You know, this sun can only take so much. Eventually, it's going to weaken the sun. All this material just, you know, explosion after explosion, and all this plasma leaving the surface. The sun's, you know, acting differently now. It's got to come up with a new kind of chemistry to keep burning, to keep reacting to these objects. So let's back out of this one, and that was an update to about as far back as I'd gone. Let's go back to this one here on the 1st again. This is today and its activity, and we're going to pause real quick right here. Maybe go one more. No, let's back up right to there. Okay. So also, this little dark patch right here, this little object is also making this little patch right here. You can see plasmas coming out and going around something that's in this vicinity right here. Here's the plasma reacting to it. It's going over something right here. I don't know if you guys can see that quite as good. Yeah, maybe a little bit there. I'll keep my hand out of the way. This stuff is coming out and arching over this right here. There's some kind of object right in there. And then, of course, there's something right here that's causing this. And as we back out and go back over to this side here, we'll zoom in here. And you can see here's this little black object, but then there's something else hiding right in here. And this one has kind of angled edges on it, so it's not perfectly round. This makes me wonder if this is some kind of ship, or I don't know. It just has like a hexagonal type look to it. And then again here you can see our plasma coming out, streaking and going out and around something here. Whether this is a magnetic field from this object, this magnetic bubble or whatever, or if it's a bigger object that's back behind this one. But that was today, April 1st, April Fool's Day. So March finished up like a lion, and April's not fooling. So here we go with more of this activity, more of these objects doing what they do to our sun. And this one, you might have to come over to this site and look at this on your own, but you can see there's defined edges on this thing. It doesn't look round or spherical. This looks like some kind of, I don't know, something with edges and corners on it. So that was it for April. Like I said, we did a review here. There was yesterday, and this is the big X flare that's headed towards Earth right now, when X1 1.3 or something, whatever. But here we go with another Earth-facing CME with even more intensity this time, and from an X-class flare. Let's blow this up and change this a little bit so you guys can see it better. Hang on just a second here. I'm trying to find a better frame to leave it on here. Okay. So you can make out this dark little core around this bigger, inside this bigger thing right here. And I found something that's going to give a better demonstration, a three-dimensional demonstration or replica of what this is really looking like, instead of this two-dimensional on a screen. So in my next video, I'm going to show you something I've found that's going to kind of describe this a little bit better and give you a three-dimensional representation of what we're looking at here. So, but I'll do that in the next video here. So this was on the 31st. That should take about 3 days to hit us. So I would say somewhere late on the 2nd. Everybody else is saying 1st to 2nd. I think it's going to be just a little bit later than that. Yeah, this image right there. Just one last little peek at it, and then pull it up a little bit. We're talking about this round object inside this bigger round field right there. So we got multiple objects still happening, consecutive days in a row. This time they've produced an X flare that's headed towards Earth, due to hit here from any time from here on out. So I don't think it's going to knock the power out or anything like that, but it could cause some other kinds of disruptions. And like I said, weather phenomenon. Expect we might see some more earthquake activity and more volcanism. So that's about it for this one. I just wanted to bring you the latest update and everything. I'm sure you knew this X flare was coming at us. There's been some other channels doing their reports and stuff, but figured I'd bring you my angle from my perspective and show you what I see in these things. And that's it for now. I love you all and I miss you all. And until my next video, bye.